Alright, like I said, we skipped most of the train graveyard. Sorry.
That sound!
It's the shadow of a helicopter.
Oh my god.
It's a helicopter. From Shinra, no doubt.
The High Digger.
Thank you, Captain Obvious.
Heading to Sector 7. They're really going to...
Kill everybody!
In case you're wondering about the icons on the right, they've been a thing pretty much since launch about the cutscenes. A more recent update actually had the option to actually minimize them, but you will be stuck seeing them like this for a while, basically.
Uh-huh.
Tifa. Tifa!
Jesus, she's grieving.
No, did somebody say something?
Yet.
I'm sorry, did you say something, bitch?
Marlene, Barret, and the people of the slums.
Well, standing here mourning about them before they're even dead's not gonna help, is it?
Helpful life advice from Aerith.
Cloud, act as the moderator. Break this argument apart.
Alright, let's go.
What? Fuck!
Okay, look, you can take out your aggression on these guys.
We don't have time for this.
Sorry,
my steel chair.
Gacha rules meaning that we need to have an intermediary battle.
Consider this an aggro management exercise, people.
Oh yeah, like... Okay, I will admit, it is funny to look at the lens of the Final Fantasy VII's plot through that of a gacha game because, yes, like, as is customary, you'll have a good conversation that can get nice and philosophical. Oh wait, shoot! It's a gacha game, we got a battle!
Like I said, when it comes to these additions, while they may sound a bit, jarring if you play the original, I don't think they're too intrusive. Sure, some of them could be done a bit more gracefully, but I don't know. I think they could have been so much worse.
Oh yeah, like, they're fine for the most part, but I'll admit, as somebody who is familiar with the original, it is funny seeing it adapted into a gacha plot. Like, most gacha games I've seen the stories of, they're gacha games from the get-go, so, usually they're built around that in mind. Here it is a bit noticeable since the original wasn't that. You okay, Aerith?
What do you think?
Walk it off. Are you hurt? Can you run?
Stop mocking me, you bitch!
Actually, I think she was just looking out for you there.
Thanks. I'm fine.
See,
I
you
Aerith
two
King's
can
Baruch,
get
and I'm
along.
fine.
We're almost there. Well, sorry.
They got a suspicious group here.
Well, crud.
You're gonna have to be more specific, boss.
Detain them for questioning.
What? Us? Suspicious? Call for backup!
Leave us alone.
Sorry, ma'am, it's a gacha game. We
no.
gotta impede you every step of the way.
Leave Tifa alone.
Just leave me alone.
Leave me alone.
Alright, I'm switching back to mobile for this just to add a bit more spice because this includes also a mini boss fight.
So, like, so what's the main difference?
Well, the fact that when I call it on mobile is the fact that I was, more genuine, one-to-one, playing since day one. So again, when it comes to these fights, I'm more technically challenged because, I'm playing without having grinded that much. While instead, when I was recording more recently on PC, like I said, it was mostly for the cutscenes, but at that point I had my characters way over leveled, and as such, if I kept that for these particular fights, I would have breezed, too much easily. So I wanted to, provide a level of, gameplay entertainment. This variant of the Robo Scorpion Sentinel is more weak to water rather than, thunder. So hope you have packed attacks of that like that, like Tifa's water blow.
Interesting. I guess the idea is that, even though it's thunderous, because it's so electrical, dousing it with water will short it out.
It's more the credit of the elemental rock paper scissors, Jova. In order to, for convenience sakes, fire with ice, and we have vice versa. Water beats electric, and vice versa. When it comes in, also wind and earth also beats each other.
It's funny because in a lot of games, usually it's electric that beats water.
Well, that's also what happens here, Jova. Indeed, the element resists its own element, but it's weak on the one it's associated with. And it goes also both ways. Again, water will be weak to electricity, but electricity will conversely be weak to water, and it's not a case of double typing or something like that. So it's one way to basically incentivize strategy to make sure that the enemy does have a weak point that you can exploit.
In that case, what elements do the characters count as? Is it strictly like what material they're equipped with?
That and also the weapons, because they pack, special. Each of them pack special attacks. You may get one with an electric attack for Cloud and so on.
That took way too long.
Can't we walk 5 feet without this happening?
It's okay. We can still make it.
That's the usual joke with random encounters, Shiroi.
Come on, they're waiting for us.
If they're waiting for 3 people while their town's being destroyed, they deserve to die.
Hey now, Aerith, we're very talented, okay?
Basically, Shiroi, there was a Final Fantasy VII parody movie that was made back in the Newgrounds days, back in the 2000s, where Cloud gets into a random battle just for moving his arm.
God, that's Final Fantasy IX in a nutshell.
We made it. Where is everyone?
Hopefully not upstairs dying.
They're downstairs dying.
You there!
Oh, come on!
I feel like we're getting more encounters than we did originally for some reason.
Wait, what do you mean originally?
To be fair, considering again we kind of skipped both the sewers and the train graveyard, it's more of a case of the devs did not create the ghost enemies, so instead they actually had a bunch of Shinra grunts, show up.
You know what? You might be onto something with that. Also, Aerith, you'd be surprised, but this is quite possibly the 3rd or 4th of recurring certain animes times that I've done this with you.
Anyway, there you go, Jova. For example, the main weapon the Cloud has, the one on the left, row, that's, it's called the Muramasa, and as for its signature attack, a lightning kind of the Thunder Strike, which is lightning elemental, Again, the weapon that you equip will be, having just that particular weapon. For example, the Braver is attached to the Buster Sword, it gives you that kind of ability. So it's up to you to decide which ability is best to deal with your diet, and in the meantime, level up as much as you can the weapons that you have, so you have, powerful tools for any kind of job that you can use to adapt to a situation. And over the course of time, the game has provided different kind of weapons that provide, different types of attacks for all characters, Some of them are elemental themed, others will be dedicated to healing, for example, or to provide a path for a debuff to the enemy. More recently, we've been trying to implement experiment with debuffs that weaken an enemy's resistance to a particular elemental damage. But again, seems to be a work in progress. Go on.
Right. The reason I asked was because you said that was that elemental weaknesses were like a two-way thing, which made me wonder if the characters gain a certain element which might make them vulnerable.
It's only up to when it comes to your perspective, in terms of damaging the enemy.
So basically, we don't take any disadvantages from picking a certain element, aside from maybe them resisting it.
Unless you get, a particular debuff that can actually, make you vulnerable to that.
Oh snap! This time, Biggs and Jesse are together dead.
Yeah, because you don't run up the stairs, you don't find them there. For convenience sakes, they're also both at the bottom.
Hey!
Listen.
No.
Cloud, you survived. Good for Tifa.
What?
Good for Tifa.
Well, so you don't care what happens to the planet.
Pigs.
No,
Not
like, just.
interested.
Kill me,
Can you imagine?
It's more about downward sarcasm. I remember how that option is done in the original.
Forget about that. You need to get patched up.
Give it a rest. I know what I'm done for.
The Time Ghost told me so.
No, pigs. Being so dramatic. Oh my god.
Fucking drama queen over there.
Just take your bandages and get healed.
Is that Cloud? Cloud, I'm glad I could talk with you one last time.
Oh,
Can you
Jesse.
grant me one last Can you grant me one last request?
What is it?
A kiss on the lips.
Jesse. Look, don't say last. Don't talk like it's over.
It has never been this more over.
Yeah, there's gonna be plenty of kisses.
All right.
Poor Jessie, she had no idea how out of her league she was when it came to the love interest.
Because of our actions, many people died. This probably is our punishment.
Wow!
No kidding. Dude, what looks like
Damn!
Mario, basically.
Wedge!
Wedge! You alright?
Okay,
You
I
told
get it.
500 stories.
I
What do
get
you
your
think?
concern, Cloud, but what do you think?
Cloud, you remember my name.
I guess
To be
that's
fair,
a
it's
way
more-
of referencing the remake since
Barret's
you
up
dash and
top.
falling there.
Help him.
To be fair, it's a normal instinctual reaction to ask that. Like, usually people do that without thinking.
Honestly, the fact that
Wow.
Wedge is even able to
Sorry, I
talk
wasn't
is a
really-
miracle after a fall like that.
No, not Wedge 2. This can't be happening.
God, at this
Don't look
rate...
so happy about it.
Tifa with
No,
the
that's not true. This can't be.
Tifa with the Evangelion close upstairs.
God, at this rate, one of our own main party members may die. Isn't that right,
It could
Aerith?
literally be anyone.
Aerith, you look after Wedge.
What, his corpse?
Tifa, let's go. He might still be
Yeah.
alive.
I'll make sure the corpse doesn't decompose.
Tifa!
What?
She needed to, yeah.
Aerith, do me a favor. I have a bar called Seventh Heaven in this neighborhood.
Right, in
Don't you
this
drink
version,
all the
we,
alcohol?
right in this
Don't you
version,
mean
we
do me a
actually,
solid?
right in this version, we actually get to see Tifa ask Aerith in present time. As
No,
opposed
she
to
did.
flashback.
No. She did it too. Also in the original.
I could have sworn we found that out in passing.
No, don't worry, Trevor. Trust me. Again, I played the original so many times, but I do know when they're basically doing one-to-one.
Fair
There's a
enough.
little girl named Marlene there.
I played 7 a few
Make
times.
sure she
but-
doesn't steal my tequila.
Well
Why
done.
would she want to do that?
I get
Marlene's a
it. Apocalyptic
crafty
times,
one.
but
Don't worry. I'll take her somewhere safe. As in anywhere but there.
I mean, yeah.
A girl hangs out in a bar.
Bye. I am enough to drink.
And I guess Wedge's corpse will just remain there, abandoned. I guess. Moving on.
You'll get buried
great,
soon, don't
stairs.
worry.
Barret! Tifa! Cloud! You came!
we sure did.
God, even
Don't
this
stop
What's
saying
this
it
games
like
of
that.
pleasure you say,
even
Ethan?
this game is doing it.
I always keep my word.
I love how he had time to.
Like that.
I love how he had time to shrug while all the bullets are sprayed around him. Be careful.
Imagine if we did if we did this in real life. Every time any of us come on Discord, the others go, "Person, you came."
Beautiful. All right.
Alright,
Time to
much
take
like
out
in the
the
original,
trash.
Yeah, you're united with Barret, so time to deal with a couple more grounds before, you know, the main event happens.
Indeed.
Since again, there's no real mini-boss for this one, might as well just, you know, go cut loose.
I played 7 my fair share of times, but yeah, you've got the leg up on me with times played, so you would probably remember that stuff better than me. That said, I will say, I do dig how they compressed essentially the deaths of the 3 into one scene for that bit, essentially. Although, interestingly enough, it seems like they took the remake's way of explaining Wedge's death by falling, since originally Wedge
No, he did that also with the original, he did fail.
Alley? I prefer Quentin Flynn over the new guy, so I'll just do that. You're too late. Once I push this button.
It does sound relatively similar enough, if you ask me. Ooh.
All these buttons.
Yeah, that was more than one button.
Can you not count?
That's all, folks. Mission accomplished.
You're watching too many of the missions.
Got it memorized. Oh wait, that's my other character. Never mind.
We have to disarm it. Cloud, Barret, please.
Maybe we
Hurry
shouldn't
before the
announce
whispers
that
show
while the
up. Oh,
guy
wait,
is
sorry.
still there.
And
Just
Reno's
shoot,
like,
just shoot the panel.
And Reno's like, Cloud, I know you'd come. I can't have you do that.
Can't have you do that, Fox.
I would say that this is just Axel going through a phase, but he's always going through a phase.
Not to
so-
mention this character predates Axel.
Yeah.
Well, the main reason I'm joking is because you already know who voices both of those characters too. So. No one gets in the way of Reno and the Turks.
Oh my god, he's speaking about himself in the third person. Can we please take this nerd out?
Basically, Shiroi, the guy, Quentin Flynn, the guy who voices Axel and Raiden, he also voiced Reno before the remake came along, and the Japanese voice actor for Reno was also the Japanese voice actor for
Keiji Fujiwara,
for Axel.
R.I.P.
So it was an intentional casting gag. Basically.
I honestly would not be surprised if the makers of Kingdom Hearts were inspired by Reno when it came to making Axel.
It was. Remember, Jofa, Nomura was the co-creator of 7 with Sakaguchi. So
They just changed his elemental affinity from electric to fire.
So for all we know, Reno was an idea for Nomura.
Although it feels
and
very...
It wouldn't surprise me. It wouldn't surprise me at all.
Although it does feel very specific because, you know, for the purpose of 757, Reno is more intended to work in tandem with the rest of the Turks as a team. So at least with Rude, you know, they're buddies like that. But when it came to Kingdom Hearts, Axel usually had to be worked alone, particularly when he had to be basically a double agent. And he also only entangled more in a friendship with Roxas and Vexion, you know. But
There is admittedly his...
so I'm more surprised they did not create... Okay, technically that would be Sykes, I guess, but you get to see their friendship only on a very limited angle, I guess.
And
by
I-
the time of Kingdom Hearts 2, it's already gone.
Well, all this entail for Axel, they would change some aspects to not be just a clone of Reno. But I will argue the overall attitude and behavior is very similar to Reno.
I will say his friendship with Sykes does remind me a bit of Reno and Rude. Like, Sykes is, of course, the more stoic one to go along with Axel's as Reno, essentially. Think of him as like Rude, but with hair, essentially.
A good example is how both characters have the same type of flamboyant behavior and stuff in a lot of ways.
I will say, though, it is kind of weird that they didn't just, you know, put Reno in, essentially, since, you know, Kingdom Hearts was about combining Disney characters with Final Fantasy
So the
characters.
attitude is most about, you know, character appearance. Particularly Japan tends to do that. Red hair is associated with, you know, fieriness or association, so not too surprising.
And I don't care what anyone says, but Roxas's design is definitely inspired by Cloud.
Well,
Anyway,
he was
got it.
designed by both characters were designed by the same person.
Got it in hard mode, so...
Well
let's
done.
Well, it's about time.
see. This
Shouldn't
is not
you...
StarCraft 2.
Bye!
Damn, he's running away!
Barret, we have to stop the explosives.
But I got a clean shot on him.
He's too agile. Yeah, I have to say, at least the remake gave a bit of a better excuse of why Reno manages to get away, although severely battered with Rude.
Yeah, like at least, you know, he took a few hits.
Cloud, I don't know how to stop this.
Oh,
Damn,
can we get
you're-
Squall? I know. We need to force Squall to do it, like last time. Come on, guys. Where's Squall?
Let me see.
No,
Okay.
let's get Self in here. Her usual tactic is just press whatever. That's a part of
Well,
Selfie
it tended to work. It's not a normal time bomb. It's one.
Someone set up as the bomb.
It's locked with Windows XP.
That's right.
God damn it.
Dun, dun,
How did you hear Cloud from all the way up there?
He's just that good with them.
More Turks.
Sang, pleased to meet you. Though I doubt we'll be meeting again.
Joke's on him.
Please stop it. Yeah. Think what will happen if Sector 7 falls.
Only a Shinra executive can set up or disarm the emergency plate release system.
Shut your hole. If you ain't gonna help.
It's amazing. Leave it to the corporation like that to leave something like this to copy protection. I wouldn't try that. You just might make me injure our special guest.
I said stop firing.
Oh, what? Oh.
Hey!
It's still
Aerith,
sorry.
how did... Yeah, Aerith? How did they get her?
That's right. Aerith got kidnapped off screen.
Because they're stupid.
Oh, you know each other. How nice you could see each other one last time. You should thank me.
How?
Also, a bit of repetition with each other. Use a synonymous.
What are you gonna do with Aerith?
I haven't decided. Our orders were to find and catch the last remaining ancient.
Well, go to Starfall Islands then.
It's taken us a long time, but now we can finally report this to the president.
You know,
Tifa, don't worry, she's alright. Hurry and get out!
And unlike the original, this time Sang doesn't slap her, so appreciated.
I appreciate that.
Well, it should be starting right about now. I think you can escape in time. It also doesn't make sense with the things that they added in Crisis Core
Yeah.
about Sang caring about Aerith. And even in the
Yeah.
original, it kinda came out of nowhere.
Yeah. I definitely assumed that the reason they changed that was because, well, now that we have all this added material, that pretty much suggests that Sang was actually looking out for Earth, and supposedly him even kidnapping her was supposedly the best way to keep her safe from Shinra's wrath, essentially. Yeah, the whole slapping her thing really does feel out of place.
Alright, if you remember in the original, they used a cable tow line and basically Tarzan their way, you know, from Sector 7 to Sector 6. In here, they have a conveniently placed wire, you'll see.
Tifa!
Right.
You're not lightning.
I emoted a bit more.
There you go, just hang in there and you're good to go. Whee!
This might be the most dangerous ride of my life!
You know, Teo, like you said, Crisis Core, in hindsight, maybe this is the result of Sun getting cocked by Zack.
Oh,
Oh god.
God, that would explain so
When we get
much
to
in a
Crisis
horrible way.
Sure, when we get to Crisis Core after this, let's just say it makes Sun's action scene kind of interesting in a new light.
Anyway, with this, taking at this point of the game, you do unlock the, aside from pure training, also the ability to synthesize new material if you want more, you know, or more options, and to actually upgrade it. So I'm gonna give it a very quick look. Again, the game even tutorializes you very easily with that. And I have to say, when it comes to this function, the game is extremely generous in handling. Now, aside from the very pitiful cost in expanding your slot that you keep all the time, it's not a thing that they're only temporary. The actual resources that you need for crafting material are given to you on a daily basis, so you never run out. The catch is that the game encourages you to craft a lot of material, because the rarity of which it will pop up can vary on a medium, between 1 and 3 stars, if you don't add any special component that can increase your chances. And it's on a timer. It's normally not longer than, say, an hour or 2, but you can short them with this special item called the bookmark, which also the game showers you regularly. So again, this feature is actually one of the more, not negligible, but something that you really don't have to care about in terms of, running out of resources. So on one end, the game encourages you to do that, as much as you can. On the other, it's not always guaranteed that you will get high-quality materials, so you're encouraged to experiment until you get good results. So there is that. And each material can also be enhanced by, particular other crafting stuff, although that option, as you may notice in the bottom right corner, is currently locked. So,
all right, then.
You craft material based upon the recipe books that you get. How do you get them? You essentially have to replay some of the dungeons in a particular section that has as rewards, if you manage to clear them, with a decent score, the books that allow you to craft material. At this point of the game, materials do not grow past the second level of spell. So let's say fire does not become Sphera when you actually upgrade it, but doesn't really go after than that. If you want to cast something like Firaga, you need to have potentially a weapon for the character, but as that is the innate ability. No, I have no idea right now if we're going to actually change the system or not in the future. Mostly because these materials are more for supportive role than anything. Anyway, in the next part, we will instead resume with Glenn and his teams and see what happens to them. See ya.
See ya.
See ya.
See ya.